Hi guys, hope you're doing well. Really encouraged to know that you inquired to check out this, our first video. And we titled it The Basics because what I'm trying to explain to you today is really the basics of how you move forward in this new venture. Maybe you don't even know what this video is about, but it's about trying to understand the purposes of reading the Bible and spending time in prayer, and the different versions of Bible that are available to you so that you can read and understand on your level. So we're just glad that you've ventured into looking into this further. If you don't know already, my name is John Orlando. I'm a minister in New Jersey. We have a church. It's a Real Life Church in South Hackensack. Also the founder of John Orlando Ministries, and that's the correlation with the video that you're viewing right now. And this is the first teaching of a series of 15 videos and teachings that you'll be able to have available to you if you consider and decide, and hopefully you do, to move forward in it. So a great way to start to knowing some of the translations is, you can Google them, you can do some comparisons. There's different websites you can go to, BibleGateway.com and Blue Letter Bible. There's the NIV version, the American Standard Version, New Living Translation, and many, many other versions. And I think it's so important that we do get comfortable in what we're reading so that we can comprehend and understand it at a greater level, so that we can apply it, and allow it to be incorporated into who we are as men of God, and how we're trying to move forward. There's also many Bible apps available, the YouVersion, and once again, you Google them and you can find many different ones on the website. Or if you choose to purchase a hardcover Bible, you can go to Amazon or a local Christian bookstore. As I stated twice already, it's so important that you're comfortable in what you're reading, how you're understanding it. This way it can be applied properly into what you're trying to change and what you're trying to incorporate into your lives. Where we should start in the Bible. If you're a new Christian, I suggest you start with the book of Matthew. The Gospel of Matthew will give you a timeline of Jesus being born, and just bring you all the way through to the Lord on the cross and being resurrected. And I just believe it's an important place to start for a new Christian. If you're a seasoned Christian, I've always found going to the book of Proverbs, which really gives us a lot of the directions and guidance, the do's and don'ts of the Bible. I mean, I always feel like literally if there was one book in the Bible that I had to just take every day and apply to my life that would help me in everyday living in all areas, it's the book of Proverbs. Although the entire Bible is important to understand and read. And also 1st and 2nd Corinthians, along with the book of Proverbs, are great places to go back to. Even if you read it 10 times, go back to it again, study it a little deeper, try to understand it a little more. And you want to go back to something. When you do pick a Bible, I really suggest picking a study Bible, because it's going to give you all the footnotes and commentaries and history background of some of the things that we're reading. So once again, we can understand them and apply them more in our lives. Starting with about 5 minutes a day reading, or 5 to 10 minutes is a good place to start with the time you're going to spend doing it. Whether you read one verse and you really want to understand what it means in a greater level, or you read a whole chapter of the Bible, that part you have to really decide how much of a commitment you're going to give to it, how much time you have to give to it. But it's really important that you do take the time to read the Word of God. Time in prayer is just as important as reading the Bible. I have a little saying, I don't know if all you guys out there know what epoxy is, but an epoxy is 2 parts of resin. You bring them together and they create something stronger. And I always share that reading the Bible and spending time in prayer is that two-part epoxy for a Christian life. And if you can discipline yourselves to do that on a daily basis, you will watch your life grow in the things of God. So prayer time is important. I want to reference some scriptures here. And if you go in the description box below the video, you'll be able to upload this teaching, to have it for your own, to look at it again, or maybe to pass it on to someone else. But Matthew chapter 6, verses 7 through 15 are popularly known as the Lord's Prayer. But actually, it's not a prayer at all. It's actually a format of prayer. And if you are following along with the teaching here, we gave a little breakdown of it. I want to share these verses with you. So this is Matthew chapter 6, 7 through 15. The world is full of so-called prayer warriors who are prayer ignorant. They're full of formulas and programs and advice, peddling techniques for getting what you want from God. Don't fall for their nonsense. This is your Father you are dealing with, and He knows better than you what you need. With a God like this loving you, you can pray very simply like this. And right below that, we broke down those next few verses for you, sharing our Father, which basically is encouraging you to recognize who He is. He's our Father in heaven. Recognizing that He set the world right, and that, we're doing our best here, down here on earth, and we're trusting in Him to keep, pouring out His blessings and His directions in our lives. He provides for us every day. He keeps us safe from ourselves and for the other things in this world that would try to harm us. He gives us some direction to truly live in an accepting way unto Him. And the rest of the verses is this. In prayer, there is a connection between what God does and what you do. You can't get forgiveness from God, for instance, without also forgiving others. If you refuse to do your part, you cut yourself off from God. I know that sounds a little harsh, but I believe as you keep moving forward and you keep trusting in God and taking the time to pray and understand and read the Bible, you will get to understand even more what He's trying to convey to us. And I also want to encourage you with three main areas of prayer. A time of worshiping, which is just, giving God some glory. A time of listening, allowing Him to speak to your hearts and to our thoughts. And a time for petitioning, which there are the needs we have to bring before God on a daily basis. So guys, I hope that this teaching encouraged you. I pray that as you keep moving forward, that they will help you build a foundation for your newfound walk with the Lord, a rededicated walk with the Lord, or if you're just trying to, go to another level, that'll help you do that too. So we'll talk to you soon.